Preston Lions and Heidelberg.
Good afternoon and welcome to round 4 in Chenol, NPL Victoria at Genesis Steel Stadium, and it's time for one of the traditional rivalries in the competition that burns as bright today as it ever has. Preston Lions versus Heidelberg United, coming to you live on a sunny Sunday afternoon in Reservoir. My name is Josh Parrish. I'm delighted to have Mark Ivkovic alongside me. Ivka, you have been alongside me for the last 2 Preston-Heidelberg matchups. Do you have any reason to believe it will go differently today?
I think it will, Josh. Different coaching setup at Preston, different personnel as well, and you know they've hit the ground running really well this year. Heidelberg off to a little bit of a slower start and a little bit different personnel themselves that haven't got going just yet. So yeah, if Preston's ever going to do it, today should be the day.
We'll take you through the team news, and there's 2 changes for Preston after their 3-0 away win against 10-man Melbourne City last week. Leighton Brooks out of the squad due to a groin strain. Jason Romero drops to the bench. Jonas Markovski starts up top, and Stefan Zinni, fresh off scoring his first Preston Lions goal, will play on the right flank. Zach Cianci on the left. A midfield 3 of George Mihalidis, Sian Cuba and Naoki Suto, who's recovered from that nasty gash to the head that he suffered against Melbourne City. A back 4 of Dom Felino, Jamal Ali playing against his former club, Aidan Bryce and Stefan Negro, Ryan Scott between the sticks, who has conceded just 1 goal so far this season. Equal best in the competition alongside Caroline Springs' George Cross. On the bench today, in comes Jake Trajkovski, Mayan, Emil Payos, who made his injury return last week, Matt Bozanovsky and Gian Albano celebrating his 150th NPL Victoria game today. For Heidelberg, they are unchanged. Despite the 2-1 defeat in the grand final rematch, Yaron Souza between the sticks, Carl O'Sullivan, Ben Collins, Ryan Lethlean and Fletcher Fulton make up the back 4. Marcus Humbert, Anthony Lesiotis and Asahi Yokikawa in midfield. A front 3 of Joseph Lee, Nico Duarte and Chok Dow. 2 changes on the bench. It's a return for Akil Raffi and Max Bassetto, who hasn't played since the Australian Championship after dislocating his shoulder while swimming. Alongside him, Ashton Bonsall, Jay McGowan, Anthony Theo and Ethan Sardellis. No place for Angus Taylor or Kieran Bramwell in the squad today. And we are away at Genesis Steel Stadium. Preston Lions wearing their 3rd kit, a Spew Kit Redux, making its debut this afternoon. Heidelberg in the all-yellow, as is traditional. Hayden Bryce on the ball straight away. Can't pick out Suto. Joseph Lee back the other way. Just hesitating in possession. Has to go back to his captain, Ben Collins.
Expect to see a lot of this this afternoon, Josh. We've seen the way Zoran Markovski likes to match up against Heidelberg in the past with his Avondale team. Really likes to sit off Heidelberg and allow him to have the ball.
Chok Dow trying to shake free of Cuba. Zinni helped out and Dom Felino thumps it back upfield. What do you make of those 2 changes for Preston? Obviously Brooks injury enforced, but Zinni a capable replacement. And Romero making way for Markovski.
Yeah, Zinni pretty much a like-for-like replacement for Brooks, really, especially on this big pitch. He'll get a lot of joy with those with his pace. And Markovski, well, big opportunity for him to stamp his authority on the starting lineup.
Making his first start since round 1 when he was alongside Romero against Oakley. That combination didn't particularly work out in that first half where Preston were under siege until an unlikely late equaliser to Sion Cuba. And Anthony Lesiotis bringing up a milestone today, the number 6 for Heidelberg, his 100th appearance in yellow and black. What a game to raise the bat. A little overcooked from Fulton for Humbert. We'll have a Preston goal kick.
It's been interesting since Preston's returned to the NPL last year, and no one's really taken that number 9 striker's position by storm here at Preston. You know, Romero, Markovsky, Francis, Sir Dennis last year. No one really has taken that mantle. So, like I said, huge opportunity for Markovsky.
Here's Akcianci opening the stride and getting away from Lesiotis. So Sullivan scampering back. And the Irishman puts it into touch. Ali. Foligno. Is Markovsky onside? No, says the assistant referee, Astro Sakalis.
It's good vision by Foligno to pick that pass out, though. He's very confident with those forward passes in the pockets, Foligno.
Preston's missed a fix-it at fullback, Don Foligno. He's even played centre-back over the journey. And Preston were short in the heart of defence in their promotion push. This is Fulton. Foligno has 2 for company here. Dow fires it in, and it just bobbled up unkindly for Marcus Humbert, who couldn't take it in stride.
Preston just needs to be aware of what Heidelberg's doing in attack with the fullbacks, Fulton and O'Sullivan, both pushing up virtually as wingers in their build-up play when they're attacking, and Chalk Dow and Lee tucking in those spaces between the fullback and the centre-back. It's kind of like a front 5, really, that they're going with.
Got to be aware of Humbert as well. His late runs into the box, into that sort of inside left channel, can be devastating. He's got a great left foot, Humbert, the former Melbourne City Academy captain. Scored 4 goals in the Australian Championship doing just that.
He hasn't really settled in so far this season. He's been okay, but he was dominant in the Championship, really. Hasn't had the same presence so far to the start of this NPL season.
Can be an adjustment when players drop out of the A-League system. They first arrive, they've got this physical edge over everybody due to the full-time training environment, although Heidelberg's not too far off that. Whipped in by Negro. And it's taken a little touch on the way through off Lethlean, I think. It's going to be a Preston corner. Cuba thinking about the short one. Foligno. And off the nearest man, they'll get a mulligan. Sirens going off in the distance. I think that's Mark Ivkovic's short corner police.
No surprise that set piece didn't work out, Josh.
Neglected to mention, Ivka, that Heidelberg scored off a short corner last week. Cuba floats it in. Free header away for Collins as far as Bryce. Looks it back around towards Markovsky. And the goalkeeper, Souza, had to punch. Ziddy goes to the deck there, and Anthony Lesiotis has missed the ball, taken the man. It's a Preston free kick in a very promising area.
As he wasn't pulling out of that, Lesiotis, you could see that foul coming from a mile away. Zinni using his experience to just make sure he drew that foul. Very, very good spot for a free kick.
Suto and Foligno just waiting outside, and 6 players in the box for Preston to aim for. Sion Cuba loves a dead ball scenario. Let's see what the Queenslander can come up with. Adam Bavka setting the wall. Hayden Bryce, the obvious target, who scored from a set piece against Melbourne City last week. It's Cuba, towards Bryce, who gets his head to it. It's off Yokokawa. And then O'Sullivan is fouled by Bryce.
It's a smart professional foul by Bryce, making sure Heidelberg couldn't get out of that. Poor delivery from Cooper, really.
Yeah, Bryce couldn't really attack that. He had to backtrack. Not Cuba's best work off a dead ball, which, when it's dialed in, is devastating. It's just an effortlessly pinged pass from Collins. Left lean less so. Mihalidis takes over, picking out Suto between the lines. Gianchi wide for him. It's Zach Gianchi. As Mihalidis arriving in support. Cuba, Preston circulating possession here. And now Foligno goes for a gap. Still Dom Foligno. Past 2, nearly past 3. And Ali dispossesses his man and slides it through for Suto. It's Suto on the angle! And it's kept out on the line somehow. Gianchi, Ali, rebounding everywhere. Zinni, was there a hand in there? And it ends up safely in the gloves of Yaron Souza. A man on the line, stopping Naoki Suto's effort, which was goal bound.
Just fantastic work from Ali to recognise the threat of Heidelberg, nearly getting out, suffocating him. Heidelberg got away with that one.
Naoki Suto, full of beans early on.
Just needed to hit it with a little bit more power, Suto. Only criticism I've got off that shot. Just gave it enough time for, I think it was Lesiotis that got on the line to clear it.
Big chance early on for Heidelberg.
Just a really good setup by Preston. As I said, their aim is to sit off, but they were out of shape then, so they made sure that they squeezed on Heidelberg and didn't let them out, because they were in trouble if they were able to get out of that first phase of pressure.
Big scare early on, I should say. Bryce for Ali. Big game for him today. After his, is it fair to say, controversial exit from Olympic Village?
Well, it's a move that no one really saw coming, and to go to one of your biggest rivals as well. His departures kind of forced Heidelberg to change the way they play a little bit. As I mentioned before, the way they're using their fullbacks now. It's changed Ali's game coming to Preston too.
Most of his football in the heart of defence after beginning as a right fullback. Mark Ivkovic's goalkeeping instincts kicking in there for a moment, but the ball didn't quite reach us.
The wind held it up, Josh. Souza was immediately up there to join in this build-up play.
Well, he's playing as an outfielder at the moment, Souza. Left lean, Dow, loose first touch. Touch of fortune, and then Cuba in with the challenge on Fulton.
Saw this a lot from Melbourne City last week against Preston, with the goalkeeper virtually playing as a centre-back in the build-up play.
Lovely ball from Mihalidis. Now Markovski assessing his options. He goes wide to Gianchi. Gianchi trying to beat O'Sullivan on the outside. And he'll settle for another corner.
It was a great pass by Mihalidis to break the lines there.
Oh, Heidelberg's loss last week. It's pretty significant. Statistically, by my count, it's only their third loss at Olympic Village in 33 months.
Yeah, and if they don't get a win today, it'll be the first time they've lost back-to-back games since July 8th, 2023.
Cuba stands it up into the 6-yard box. Collins away, only as far as Suto. Foligno. Back out to Naoki Suto, and then Ali's effort is well wide of the target, but it took a deflection.
It's remarkable, isn't it? Johnny Anastasiadis hasn't lost back-to-back league games in his tenure at Heidelberg. And most teams go through some inconsistent patches.
A short corner, which won't be allowed. Strosakala saying either the ball was moving or not quite on the mark. He's a man after your own heart, the assistant referee.
Yeah, he knows what the score is.
Cuba drives it in. Can't beat the first man this time. Soto. Felino. Mihalides dropping off and getting free. Got space here, Preston. Felino hesitant to swing it in. Preston trying to switch the point of attack. Cianci wants to run at his fullback, but this time he plays the easy option.
Sullivan's been right up him. Every time he's got the ball, Cianci's got no room to breathe.
Felino. Soto. Losing his footing against Lesiotis. No whistle for Heidelberg. Mihalides. Looking for Ali, awkward one. And then Joseph Lee comes out with the ball. Not for long though, Aiden Bryce. Zipped one into Soto that he couldn't quite control.
Like a game of chess at the moment. So Humbert dropping in now to join that back three and build that play.
Preston not jumping out on that in the press.
That's what Heidelberg's trying to do, is draw you out, but Preston's not getting sucked into it.
A little late bump from Zinni on Yokokawa. Given it is a neck or head injury, Adam Backer are obliged to stop play. Well, it is a derby game. It's going to get physical at times.
Always been KG affairs, all those games last year, all three of them.
The round one clash, home in the Matildas, probably the pick of the bunch. Only 2 goals that day, but it was end-to-end. Always, I think, crucially, before Heidelberg discovered Fletcher Fulton as a converted left back. Leighton Brooks is having a field day that night. Loose pass from Lesiotis, uncharacteristic. Mihalides over the top, and it's too much weight on it for Zinni. Keep our eye on Lesiotis here. He was taken off with an apparent ankle injury last week with 10 minutes to play.
Took the words out of my mouth, Josh. Just doesn't seem to be moving around as freely as he usually does.
Joseph Lee stands one up to the back stick. Fulton, lovely take. Fulton to strike. And it's Heidelberg's first effort on target of the afternoon. A comfortable claim for Ryan Scott. Boy, what a first touch that was. Mihalides under all sorts. Bryce will play it safe. Up to Cianci. Oh, lovely back heel for Negro. And the nutmeg on Humbert. And Preston trying to break the line. Markovski will be ruled offside.
Yeah, he was offside. I don't think he was expecting Negro to get out of trouble like he did. They're away Preston as well. Heidelberg committed a lot of numbers to that press.
Some lovely touches in tight from Cianci and Negro. Negro rolling back the ears to any nutmeg Thomas Broich on A-League debut for Melbourne Victory. He did it twice that night, so let's see if there's a second one coming. Negro back to Bryce.
Preston will enjoy Heidelberg come in and press them like this if they can play out. Well, there's a lot of space in behind them.
If they can play out is the operative word there as Heidelberg win it back. Humbert. O'Sullivan fancies one from range and he hit it sweetly. Straight down the gullet of Scott.
I remember seeing some footage from Heidelberg's pre-season. O'Sullivan scored virtually from the same position in one of the pre-season games. You can hit him.
It's interesting with that press, Ivka, that they just left Naoki Suto alone. Went man for man. Awkward bounce for Mihalides. Lesiotis did well to win the header. What a pass that is from Collins. Sensational. Joseph Lee going at Negro. Twisting this way and that. It's Lee and it's high and wide.
What a pass by Collins.
Well, Preston's leader at the back, Adrian Bryce, hit a beautiful Trivella pass last week against Melbourne City. I think Collins has just one-upped him there.
Kind of forget about how good Collins is on the ball as well.
Short goal kick again. Scott playing around with it in his own 6-yard box. Hearts and mouths around Jenna Steele Stadium. Lesiotis goes sliding in. Still Preston have it. And they've played out brilliantly here. Cuba sliding in into the path of Zinni. Zinni thought about the shot. He goes wide to Chianchi instead. And now Negro might have a go. And straight at the goalkeeper.
He had to slip him in, Zinni. He's played the ball behind Chianchi's run to hold up his run, lost that momentum.
Stefan Negro has not scored for Preston, despite starting every game last season. His eyes lit up there. Oh, here goes Jamal Ali, no whistle, and it's 2v2. Ali for Zinni. Stefan Zinni cuts inside his man, and then Collins, brilliant.
Brilliant defending from left lane as well. You wouldn't expect him to be able to keep up with Zinni's pace, but matched him and even beat him.
Wow, an opportunity. Goes begging for Preston there on the counter-attack.
Jeez, that looks like their best route to goal is Jamal Ali stepping up and stealing the ball.
Happened twice now. Dow driving upfield, and then Duarte with a sighter from just outside the box. Well, this is no longer pretty cagey, Ivka. This is end-to-end stuff.
It's definitely opened up in the last 5 minutes or so.
I think it's all from how aggressive Heidelberg have been with their press, sometimes to their detriment. Created chances with it as well.
If they can win the ball, they're obviously in very dangerous areas with a lot of numbers up front. But we've seen Preston's got the ability to play out of it with Ali, Bryce. They're both very comfortable on the ball.
O'Sullivan. They're having some joy down the left here, Heidelberg, in this first half. Fulton, back to Dow, the former Preston man. Couldn't get the goal in his sights. That's a rare loose touch from Collins, and he will concede the free kick.
Smart by Markovski to draw that foul.
I think he would have preferred to keep his feet, given how Preston were flooding forward, though. Ali fires it into the feet of Foligno. Both teams are moving the ball around really quick on this freshly watered surface. It's been really good to watch.
And this is high-level NPL football now. You can see why both these teams are rated so highly going into the season.
Preston sitting 10th on the ladder, but that's just due to the points deduction. They would be top of the pile if not for penalty imposed. Lee. It's a second bite at it. Humbert wins it back. Lesiotis. And then Dow. Took a deflection.
That's why it's so important for Preston to get 3 points today. They'll go level with Heidelberg after round 4. Would have expected Heidelberg to have a bit of a lead on them, considering Preston's point deduction.
This is so different to the last time they met here. Preston really couldn't lay a glove on the Burgers. In swinging corner from Humbert. Collins. Couldn't direct it goalwards. Cuba trying to beat Lesiotis on the outside. That's too clever from the number 6 who runs things in midfield for the Burgers. Duarte. Duarte fancies the shots, and it's high, wide, and less than handsome from the on-loan Central Coast Mariner.
It's a bit silly by Cuba to try that in that area of the pitch. Just need to recognise who's around you. You can't really do that against a player like Lesiotis.
Well, Nico Duarte, his middle name is, let's stay with play, that's a handball. Duarte. His middle name is literally Recoba, so you can see where he gets his confidence from. I assume he's from of Uruguayan extraction.
You'd want to hope
with
so.
With a name like that, or maybe just parents are huge Inter Milan fans.
See what he's like on the set pieces.
A Heidelberg throw.
Sullivan's doing really well on Chianchi out on that right-hand side.
Chianchi's got him behind him just the once. But play with a lot of experience, over 200 professional games in Ireland, including 146 top-flight appearances. Fulton looking for the return. Here's Chalk Dow. Dow to swing it in. Negro steps in. Lee trying to shake off Stefan Negro. Lesiotis. Couldn't pick the gap that time. Markovsky just lost his footing against Collins. It's a tough matchup for Jonas Markovsky today. Yokikawa, O'Sullivan, and it's tipped around the post by Ryan Scott. And Carl O'Sullivan does not mind a shot from long range.
Comfortable save for Ryan Scott in the end. What a shoot on sight policy today, Heidelberg. Not shying away from shooting.
Heidelberg corner. Humbert swings it in with the left, and it's an easy claim for Scott. Goes with a drop punt again. Suto contesting. Fulton steps in first ahead of Zinni. Now Markovsky winning it. And feeding Suto, it's 3v3. Suto, Collins stretching to intercept. And again, Preston have the numbers on the break, but do not make the most of the opening.
They needed to play that reverse pass into Markovsky.
This is Yokikawa. Lee staying with him. Lee, return ball wide for Asahi Yokikawa. As Bryce for company. Yokikawa, brilliant dribble, squares it across the 6-yard box. And Cuba had to be at full stretch to deny Nico Duarte the tap in. Well, there's not many attackers in this competition who shake off Aiden Bryce like that.
No, not many at all. Did extremely well there. The credit to Sian Cooper, made a gut-busting run there to make sure he was in the right position.
Fulton, little back heel for Dow. Felino with the interception. Great to watch so far, but we're yet to see an opening goal. We'll set the tone for this game. Fulton. Looking for Yokokawa. And well marshalled by Ali. Goal kick. Couldn't do much from that position. See how aggressive Heidelberg are, trying to lock Preston in. Happy to just leave Suto and Markowski free between the lines.
And they just back either Collins or Lethley and Lesiotis to read the play and jump in when that ball's coming across.
See now Lesiotis, when the ball's a little bit higher up the pitch, does drop back and man mark Suto, but in that first phase from the short goal kick, it's pretty suffocating from the Burgers. High risk, high reward. Switch of play from Bryce is a tough one for Foligno, but he deals with it well enough. Ali. Mialides. Oh, and Cuba misread the intentions there. Good tackle from Markowski. Now Preston can spring. Cuba. Lovely ball, Chianchi! And it doesn't have the legs. It's off the line from Collins.
It's really good goalkeeping from Souza. A lot of keepers come rushing out and would have brought Chianchi down. Just stood his ground, Souza, enough to put Chianchi off and not able to get the right shot off.
Well, it's Heidelberg's second clearance off the line of the afternoon.
Yeah, that one looked like a certainty to be cleared off the line. Didn't have enough pace on it.
And still opened up there. What a gorgeous pass from Sian Cuba. Looked like a hand from Dow. And it's going to be a free kick anyway. Heavy contact from Lesiotis on his former teammate. Packed house this afternoon. Great to see so many fans getting out to watch probably the pick of the fixtures of the weekend.
Yeah, I was a little bit worried with it being a Sunday afternoon game, but it does have that big game feel in the daylight. Helps the weather is absolutely perfect today.
Imagine those drink sales at the canteen are going to do a roaring trade in this heat. Look at Souza.
Yep.
No wall whatsoever.
Yep, he's backing himself.
Bavka's measured it out. Doesn't need to bring out the magic spray. This is very interesting. It's Cuba staring down Souza. Goes for goal, and Souza couldn't hold it. Ali in on the follow-up. And the free kick is gone Heidelberg's way. Well, the big gamble nearly backfired for Yaron Souza.
Nearly, but I can understand his reasoning for doing that. Sometimes a wall, especially where that free kick was positioned, can kind of hinder you a little bit, especially when it's central, can block your line of vision. There's enough distance from it for him to be able to read it before making up his mind which way the ball was going. But just panicked, didn't keep hold of the ball.
It's almost a different mental game. It's more like a long-range penalty when you allow the free kick taker to just put it wherever he likes and back yourself.
Kind of puts the pressure on the taker, really. Like, come on, shoot at me.
Well, he had to juggle that one. It was an awkward bounce in front of him, Souza, and it wasn't his best effort. Players seizing the opportunity to take on some fluids in the afternoon heat. The goalkeeper is seen to.
Kind of rattled the set piece taker as well. They're so used to having a wall there. It's kind of like their guideline.
Yeah.
All right, I need to hit it over the wall with this amount of power.
Sort of tear up the rule book when you do that.
Yeah, it's not often you take a set piece in training with no one there. Interesting. He doesn't mind ripping up the rule book. Souza, he's got the
We've had split walls for
walls.
him. Unconventional goalkeeper. And he's the goalkeeper of the year, so clearly he's doing something right. Duarte, Lee would have been in first time. Humbert scrambling for it, and Bryce scrambling back.
They got away with that one, Preston, didn't they? Lee had acres of space.
Duarte could have flicked that pass through. Still trying to replace the attacking output of Bull Duarte Heidelberg. Left on the eve of the season to head to the Canadian Premier League. 30 goals in 46 appearances in all competitions for the Burgers last season. Almost broke a club record. He was 4 short of Bobby Despotowski in 1996.
Not just that, also Sapit Noor. We haven't seen Basetto yet this season. It's a
That's their whole front line they won the championship with.
And that's why Johnny A is such a good coach. You know, he's recognised he doesn't have that speed and power up top anymore, so he's changed the way they attack.
Negro invited forward. I think that was a shot, you know. Collins made light work of it. And no whistle, and it's a poor pass from Cuba. Straight down the throat of Ben Collins. This is Joseph Lee.
He's lost the ball a few times now, Cuba. Looks a bit spent. There's a lot of runs up and back. The way this game's being played.
Collins. It's the long switch. Foligno equal to it. Zinni and Cuba getting each other's way. Michaelides takes over and can't wriggle free. Brilliant from Lesiotis. Even better from Lesiotis.
Got out of trouble really easily there, Lesiotis, didn't he?
It was a roulette that Mr. Zidane himself would have been pretty satisfied with. Fulton first time. Yokokawa. Duarte. It's a poor touch from Duarte. Dow. Threads one wide for Fulton. And then hacked clear by George Michaelides.
They're dealing with those runs really well, Preston. Those runs in behind Foligno and Ali. Whether it's Fulton or Choctaw, they've got their distances right at the moment.
Lesiotis. O'Sullivan inverting from right back and giving Heidelberg an extra number in midfield, but they're pretty free-flowing with the positions their attackers take up. Look at Choctaw into a number 10 position. Yokokawa's gone wide left. Humbert almost up as a second striker.
Yeah, it's the same setup, just different players, isn't it? Trying to
swap positions and confuse defences.
That's where you need to be disciplined as a back line and not get rattled by that. Just keep your discipline and your shape.
Lee teasing ball in. And Ryan Scott emerges above the pack with a clean pair of hands.
It is great goalkeeping by Ryan Scott.
Never mind goalkeeping, it'd be not out of place at the G at centre half forward with a mark like that. Foligno. Left lean. Takes a touch off Zinni, but it stays in play. Yokokawa for Duarte. Humbert back to Lesiotis. Red shirts fly back in defence as Choctaw loses a bit of momentum. Lesiotis spinning and looking for an option in O'Sullivan. left lane. Patient possession football from Heidelberg here. Preston standing their ground. It's a poor one from Collins. And Chianchi gets the return ball from Cuba. With Negro in support. Negro for Cuba. Cuba thought about the shot. It's come back off Suto. No flag. And then Negro sliding in. Chianchi on the spin. Suto drawing Collins wide. It stands it up to the back stick. Zinni will recover on the far side. Foligno free. Ball just bobbled on him. Whips in the cross now. Suto cuts it back. And Humbert gets there first.
I think if Suto had his time again, he would have just unleashed first time. Probably just didn't have his body positioning right. It was a good ball by Foligno.
I think it came slightly behind him. If he tries to take that first time, I think it just balloons into the creek. Maybe just overran the ball a little bit. Markovski. And can't pick out a teammate with that pass.
A little bit of space to drive at goal there, Markovski.
Yeah. He's back in the starting lineup. It's his chance to impress today. Jason Romero waiting in the wings. As he said, no one's really made that spot their own so far this season. Markovski and Romero both have a goal each, albeit Romero's was from the penalty spot.
And I did see Luke Francis play a full 90 minutes in the under-23s before this one.
He's working his way back. Picked up an injury towards the back end of the championship. Same afternoon that claimed Luke Jago at Northwest Sydney Spirit. Three completely different players with their strengths and weaknesses, and it's a bit of a conundrum for Zoran Markovski.
Yeah, they are all very different, aren't they? Just needs to find which one suits their style of play best.
What a ball from Ali. Zinni just came up short.
You'd say that Francis probably is the profile that, if you look at the way Avondale's played in the past under Zocchi, probably is the most like for like with Boland and George over the years.
Yeah, Francis is a workhorse. His back to goal play can be hit and miss. Foligno. Mihalidi slides it into Suto. And then Collins out muscling his man and looking for a free kick. Corner kick.
It's another great pass by Mihalidis. He plays some really good, intelligent passes in between the lines, doesn't he?
I don't mind that decision from the referee. I think there's no foul either way. Collins was trying to buy a cheap free kick, which he usually gets away with.
And
it's pretty smart the way he uses his body and draws contact in those situations, but Adam Bavka wasn't having any of it.
yeah, not going to pull the rug over Bavka's eyes today.
Cuba, low ball in. Zinni! And it's in! But will it stand? The offside flag is up. And it looked like it was Jonas Markovski standing in the goalkeeper's line of vision. I'll have to have a look at that one again.
Markovski standing in an offside position.
Certainly didn't touch the ball, but if you obstruct the goalkeeper and their view of the shot, then it is technically offside.
Probably was standing right in the line of vision of Souza.
It's a really frustrating one, but I have to say, my instinct was offside.
Yeah, you can see why they've given it.
Goes right past his foot.
Yep.
Well, fans hate it, coaches hate it, but it is the rule.
Even the protests from from the Preston Lions coaching staff has died down after watching it back. I hate to say it, Josh. Indication for the direct corner kick.
Was that a direct corner kick? I think it was a long, short one.
Yeah, still wasn't one of those.
Cutback.
Still wasn't one of those stupid short ones.
Ali.
And it's so impressive when he wins the ball like that.
And that sets Preston away on the attack. Zini. Suto! Couldn't keep his shot down.
Needs to hit the target from there, Suto.
What a chance. Every time Jamal Ali steps out of the back line and wins that ball, Preston looked like they're about to score.
It's so impressive to watch him driving with the ball like that. It's a real weapon Preston's got now in their back line. Ali's got the intelligence to know when to jump. He's got the strength to win the ball. And then he's got the power to drive with it. And then his passing range is even better.
It's just a springboard for them, isn't he? It's almost like a punt returner. Or takes defence into an attack in an instant. Superb touch from Yokokawa. Fulton. Down. Oh, contact off the ball between Foligno and Humbert. Humbert trying to swivel onto his left. Instead, he'll knock it back to Yokokawa. And Ali clears the danger. He has been the man for Preston at the back today. And it's well won by Markovski. And Zini's in space on the right. He's gone to Cianci instead. And it looks like it was the wrong call.
Needs to keep driving with the ball himself, Markovski.
Just take an extra touch or two, and then Zini was zipping down the right-hand side unopposed. Fulton was all the way forward on the attack. Preston just haven't made the most of those transition scenarios today.
It's been so good, Markovski, at winning the ball in those areas today. It's probably the third time he's done it, but it's been the third time that he's made the wrong decision with the ball. I suppose that's what happens when you haven't had the consistency of playing regularly.
His last two appearances off the bench. Now Lee. Finding Humbert. Humbert for Yokokawa on the half turn. Back to Marcus Humbert! Oh, what a save! Ryan Scott with the outstretched right paw keeps Preston at 0-0 in the last minute of the first half.
It's great work by Humbert to find that space to get the shot off. Even better save from Scott. Starting to find his feet in this game, Humbert, the last 5-10 minutes.
Short one for Lee. And off Negro, another corner. Two minutes up on the fourth officials board to end the first half. Dow to the back stick, left lane rises highest, and what a chance for Heidelberg.
Jeez, how has that not found the back of the net?
You could hear a pin drop inside Janice Steele Stadium as Lethlean rose. And now Preston have an injury problem for Foligno. Oh, it's his left shoulder. You know, that might have popped out there.
Yeah, he hasn't moved. And it's a bit of concern.
It's the way that Lethlean climbed for that header. He's actually pushed down on Foligno's left shoulder. And immediately...
Yep.
That doesn't look good. Usually a reaction like that suggests the worst.
Seems to be moving okay now.
Popped it back in straight away, or...
Luckily it's on the stroke of half time as well.
Yeah, they can assess him at the break.
It's a gorgeous header from Lethlean. I thought it was in.
They looked for all money But like that was the opening goal after Heidelberg really had some close calls defensively in this first half. Really either side could be leading in this game.
It's an even contest.
And an open contest too.
Don Felino's confirmed your suspicions, Josh. He did pop out.
Scott's not taking any chances with this goal kick. Collins creates space for the free header expertly. Suto's effort. Collected by Markovski. Now Fulton away. Maybe one last chance for Heidelberg in first half stoppage time. This is Lee. Inside onto his left, and Bryce heads away from trouble. Nihilides can't stop it from going out for a corner. We've played the 2 minutes, but with the delay for the Felino injury, it's back on the park now, the Preston fullback. We'll have a Heidelberg short corner, O'Sullivan, and Adam Bavka calls time after a disappointing short corner routine for the Burgers, it must be said. Well, what a first half that was, Mark Ivkovic. Really great entertainment, quality on display in both directions, and all it was missing was a goal.
Yeah, so that first 45 flew by, didn't it? I was surprised to see those minutes go up. I didn't realise how quickly it went. That is probably some of the highest level of NPL football I've seen for some time, Josh. Both sides are really playing some good football, really good technical ability. Both sides really having a go. It's a fascinating watch. Both teams are definitely in this contest. It's going to be interesting to see how it pans out in the second half.
Well, that left lean chance late in the half, Heidelberg's best. Marcus Humbert drawing a great save out of Brian Scott towards the tail end as well. But Preston had their moments. A disallowed goal for Stefan Zinni due to Jonas Markovski standing in an offside position. And 2 chances cleared off the line from Naoki Suto and Zach Cianci. Some of the highest quality football the NPL has to offer. But at the break, in Channel NPL Victoria, round 4, it is Preston Lions 0, Heidelberg United 0. Welcome back to Jenna Steele Stadium. Round 4 in Chenol, NPL Victoria, and Heidelberg United, scoreless at the break against Preston Lions, have made a double substitution at halftime. It's a straight swap on the right flank with Joseph Lee replaced by Jay McGowan. But the really interesting one is the captain, Ben Collins, has been substituted at the break with Anthony Theodoropoulos coming on in his place. Josh Parrish here alongside Mark Ivkovic for this one. And Ivka, to lose your captain and your leader in the back line is a hammer blow.
That's a massive blow for Heidelberg. Didn't see that coming. I think Collins did go down a couple of times towards the back end of that first half, needing some treatment. So obviously hasn't recovered and needs to come off. I'd say the other one's definitely tactical. I think Lee was quite ineffective in that first half. Got into good areas, but his execution was quite poor. So McGowan comes in for a bit more quality on that side.
Preston unchanged at the break after a very engaging first 45. Heidelberg with plenty of moments. Preston probably with the better of the chances. Just about. Especially that Zach Cianci one-on-one. She's cleared off the line by Ben Collins.
Swapped sides as well, Cianci and Zinni. Cianci probably struggled a little bit against O'Sullivan.
Zinni can definitely provide you a goal threat as well. Coming inside from the left, a position he's played plenty at Avondale.
Be interesting to see how long he can last. Zinni came in late in the pre-season and it's his first start today. Don't think he'll be able to last the full 90.
In 2023, he came second in the gold medal race. In 2024, he netted 13 goals. Probably didn't see the best of him last season. His left lean puts it out for a corner. A bit shaky.
Yeah, he's struggled with injuries over the last couple of seasons. I think we forget how good Stefan Zinni has been in the NPLs from a long time, one of the, if not the premier winger in the competition.
Constantly on the periphery of A-League success, and at 3 different clubs. Now following in his father's footsteps and playing for the Preston Lions. Cuba hangs it up. Markovsky rising. Suto back into the box, flicked on by Ali. A shout from the fans for handball. None of the players went up for it, which probably tells the story. It's well worked from McGowan out to Chock Dow, and now they've got numbers here. The Burgers flying forward on the break. Dow slid in for McGowan, and then Suto puts his foot through it. Stays in play though for O'Sullivan. McGowan, fresh legs on the right. Trying to pick at our teammate in the middle. Nico Duarte could only clear the ball. Inadvertently so. One back by Heidelberg. Yokikawa goes for goal, and it's a tame, trickling effort to the keeper.
It's a positive impact for McGowan. Straight away, getting involved. It's a good ball into the area as well. Duarte just wasn't able to keep his footing.
Ali. Copping some boos off the Burgers fans in this second half, who are a little closer to him. Not surprising after he crossed the Darebin divide. Negro. Oh, it comes off the heels of Markovsky. Unlucky.
Really unlucky. It was a great run that he made in between that full-back and centre-back position.
Venethia deputising in central defence. He's started his career as a midfielder, but he's become Heidelberg's utility man. Whether it's right back or centre back, he always slots in. They're missing a player. The longest serving player at the club now, I believe.
Yeah, probably one of the only few that have survived the Johnny A era, him and Lesiotis.
Suto. Bryce stepping up. Negro. Oh, he's on his heels there, Stefan Negro, and McGowan nipped in. Bryce did well.
Stepped up their defensive line this half, Preston. So in that phase of play with Bryce and Ali both in the attacking half.
This is Ali. I know you hate these stats, Ifka, but Preston have not beaten Heidelberg since 2007.
Here we go.
Would be a milestone win for them if they can get it done in this second half. Suto felled, advantage paid by Adam Bavka, and Preston do not make the most of it. They did win a game technically in 2008 as well, but that was a 3-0 forfeit, so I'm not sure we'll count that.
Yeah, didn't play against each other until 2025. So a few years missing in between those games. Just wonder if we see Emil Payos anytime soon, just to probably allow Kuba to play in that role that Suto's playing in. He's doing okay, Suto, but I feel like Kuba's a lot more threatening, making those runs in behind. It's going to be hampered playing in that number 8 role, Kuba.
Suto takes it wide, looks it back for Mihalides. Mihalides! And well saved at his near post by Yaron Souza.
Really good save from Souza. It's not easy to get down low like that. That was hit with a fair bit of power by Mihalides.
Not to mention through a crowd of legs. Saw it late. He's got the armband on in this second half in the absence of Collins, which we can only surmise must be an injury issue. No way Heidelberg would be doing without their captain. Cuba's delivery, and it was actually the Heidelberg substitutes on the near side who have alerted the officials to the ball not quite being on the arc. And they're keeping a close eye on it now. Not sure you'll be allowed to stand there for the duration. Cuba has a few backseat drivers with him on this corner kick. Adam Bavka still issuing some warnings and instructions to those wrestling inside the 6-yard box. It's going to be a short one from Preston. Foligno for Cuba. The change of angle didn't quite work. Zini picks up the scraps. Foligno to swing it in. It's off Fulton and another corner.
I still can't get my head around it, Josh. It makes no sense to me at all, especially standing right there.
Well, it was under the instruction of the head coach. Sorry, Markovsky was barking the order. You've got a 2v1. Play it short. This time it will be swung in. And Bryce gets a run on it. And it's a painful collision. And we'll have to stop play here.
Yeah, I think Bryce got more of his head than the ball there. His eyes probably lit up, Bryce. He did score last week from a corner.
There's a lot of air underneath that from Cuba.
He's struggling with his delivery this afternoon. A lot of floated ones or low-driven ones that are beating the first man.
You've got to dial in the distance every time you come back to play a home game because it's a lot wider this pitch than most in the division. I will also say that that particular left-hand corner does dip down rather unfortunately for the taker. So you often see whoever taking the corner, whether it's a Preston player or an opposition player, trying to cheat the arc and moving it up a metre or so.
Maybe that's why they're playing it short, Josh.
Potentially so. I do remember the now Avondale head coach, Jonathan Gumano, providing an assist for a goal from that very corner flag when in his brief stint at Preston. And I reckon the ball was 3 metres away from the arc when it was taken, which of course caused some consternation. It's helped on by McGowan. Duarte with his sights set on goal, and it's lacking in power. Heidelberg go from end to end in a flash. Disappointing lack of purchase on the shot from Nico Duarte. He's had a few efforts from outside the box today. Hasn't really troubled Ryan Scott with any of them.
He gets into good areas, doesn't he? But just his end product hasn't been there today.
Netted shortly after coming off the bench on his Berger's debut against Green Gully. It was a thumping header from a corner.
Maybe you should try some headers from outside the box.
Souza trying to clip it wide. I think Gowan took it really well. Sullivan took a loose touch. Good battle for it. Stefan Zinni with a no-nonsense sort of clearance.
Interested to see if Heidelberg changed their build-up play with Collins coming off. Obviously, no disrespect to Anthony Thayer, but he doesn't have the same quality as Ben Collins does on the ball.
They'll also be giving away a little bit aerially in the harder defence. It's not as if Preston have a Luke Francis on the bench today that they can bring on to bully a smaller centre-back. Negro taking it infield. Foligno. Picks out Markovski. He's got a runner in supporting Chianchi, who's brought down by Lethlean. And we might see the first booking of the afternoon as Markovski makes his feelings known.
That was really good link-up play from Markovski. I watched that run he made off the ball. Made sure he got into that area, received the ball, controlled it well and played Chianchi in.
Well, Lethlean protests, but not particularly vehemently. I think he knew what he was doing there.
Have to walk a fine line now, especially now he's the main man at the heart of defence. Collins coming off.
The bench wanted Preston to play it quickly. Probably won't play that option now.
You want to hit a good ball into the area, otherwise there won't be too much positive feedback coming his way.
See what Sion Cuba has in store. It's into the penalty spot, but it's headed away easily by Lethlean. Zinni has to go back to the goalkeeper, and McGowan saw that one coming. Well done by Ryan Scott, really well done. Wasn't a kind back pass.
A bit bamboozled there, Stefan Zinni, didn't he? Sort of wanted to back himself to do the turn and go on that run.
Well, he'd had a very clear order from Negro. It was going back to the goalkeeper in that position. He gets to do what he's more comfortable at doing. Oh, well, that's a very poor cross. I thought he was about to take on his man. Instead, it's a very disappointing end product from Zinni.
He's done a great job at fullback, Carlos Sullivan, hasn't he? He's been very impressive this afternoon.
He's got big shoes to fill. 8 goals from Jamal Ali last season from that position. Not only that, a really dynamic part of Heidelberg's attack. Well won by Duarte. McGowan for Humbert. Humbert skipping through. Ali got his leg out of the way in time. so as not to concede a spot kick. Foligno, Cianci, and now Cuba.
There's a bit of a mixed match in height there with Suto and left lean.
Suto battled admirably.
Left lean, a bit risky there to kick that spare ball back into play, already on a yellow card.
Well, the two sides haven't been as slick and as impressive as they were in the first half. Maybe fatigue starting to set in.
Yeah, for taking a little bit less risk taken from both sides in this second half.
Heidelberg certainly not pressing with the same intensity and boldness as they did in the first, which was sometimes to their detriment.
I think that's Collins coming off is contributing to that. You know, his recovery speed is very good. Probably just playing a little bit more conservative.
Zinni caught late there, and Bavka does reach for his whistle. Paperwork's been filed for a change. It's going to be Max Bassetto on his return.
There's a bit more familiarity in their front three. With Bassetto and McGowan on the pitch.
Master of cutting inside and creating opportunities to shoot. Pretty handy high jumper as well if you if you saw the grand final. As was pointed out to me afterwards, it was more of a spread eagle than a Fosbury flop. But
that's the difference Bassetto can bring to this Heidelberg forward line, is he can really score out of nothing.
And Choctow's number is up. Well, a few isolated boos in the grandstand for Choctaw as he comes off. Not sure really what that's about. He was, I believe, let go by the club on the eve of the season and spotted an opportunity nearby.
Told hard this afternoon, Choctaw just struggled against Don Foligno. Not too many openings on his side.
Markovski headed down for Suto. Zinni wide in support. Higuera arriving late. Zinni will go onto his left and can't get the cross past O'Sullivan, who continues to hold his ground impressively.
It was really good recovery from there. He slightly lost his footing. He thought Zinni was through to put that ball in, but just managed to recover in time, throw his body on the line.
Yet another corner for Preston. By my count, this is number 9 of the afternoon. Can they pick out Aidan Bryce or another one of those runners on the penalty spot? It's going to be drifting to the back post, and Yokokawa has to head behind for another corner, or has it gone out already?
I think it was already out of play.
There you go.
I think Preston need to get someone else on the corner kicks at the moment. Cooper's just not hitting that sweet spot this afternoon. Stefan Zinni can take them. Even Suto, you'd back.
O'Sullivan. Well done by Bryce. Well, the heat hasn't let up here. If anything, it's more still and warmer than it was in the first half. And now Preston will make that first change, and it is Gian Albano coming on. Game number 150 in the NPL for him. Away come Preston. Cuba lifts it over the top. Too much for Cianci to do. Hasn't connected for Preston in the front third in this second half. The first half was played at such intensity. The teams have struggled to match it after the break. Maybe this one is building towards quite the crescendo.
That's all it's going to take is a goal from either side to opening things up. been quite similar through every game this weekend, hasn't it? Just tight affairs, 2-0 draws on the Friday night, and all 1-0s yesterday.
Markovski clips one through. That's a good ball for Suto. Fletcher Fulton across in time. And O'Sullivan kept it in. Negro.
A lot of these attacking players come down this left-hand side for Preston. I feel like their best moments have come on that right-hand side. There seems to be a little more pockets of space down that right-hand side.
Bryce. Gorgeous ball. Suto. Albano. Preston are through the press. And it's John Albano. Sending Cuba too wide. That's an underwhelming pass. The move breaks down. Ali trying to rebound. Jamal Ali. Oh, what a run this is. Fulton sliding in. Now Bassetto back the other way. The game really stretched. That's a poor ball from Bassetto, but he was caught. There will be no advantage. I think it was Leslie Otis, in fact, who was fouled.
It's lucky Jamal Ali did well to win the ball back, but it's quite silly to just turn back straight into that trouble. Just don't be disappointed, Preston, in that previous build-up play. You can see they attracted that Heidelberg press. That's what they wanted, to create that space. They backed themselves to play out of it, played out of it beautifully by Bryce. Albano couldn't find Cuba the way he wanted to.
To me, it looks like Emil Payos is ready to come on. I think that's a change we probably expected. Albano. Definitely a foul. Foligno. It's a good ball for Suto.
It's even better defending by Lesiotis.
Yeah, great tracking back from the number 6. We wondered whether he was physically right in the first 15 minutes. Turns out he's fine. McGowan. Numbers assembling at the back stick here as Jay McGowan throws the step over and gets to the byline, and it's in for Heidelberg. Asahi Yokokawa putting it away virtually on the goal line. A beautiful cross from Jay McGowan, and the Burgers hit the front away from home, much to the delight of their travelling supporters.
It's great work by Jay McGowan. Negro couldn't keep up with him. Beautiful ball into the area.
And nobody ran to the goal scorer. It was all to the man who provided the assist.
It was a great ball into the area by McGowan. It's one of the few times Heidelberg's found themselves in a 1v1 situation out wide.
Now Preston are going to pull the trigger on a couple of changes.
Not much Preston could really do with that. It was just great attacking play by McGowan. Maybe Negro could have got a little bit tighter. It was quick feet by McGowan. He's been really good since he's come on at the halftime break.
Game-changing substitution from John Anastasiadis. McGowan teeing up Yokokawa, who couldn't miss from that sort of range. So Mihalides and Suto off, Romero and Payos on. We're going to play 2 up top here, Preston.
Interesting to see what he does with Romero. They do go two up top, or just one of them just sitting off.
I think Romero will play more as the number 10. Still, we don't get to see Cuba further forward, which, given his 2 goals already this season, is a shame.
They might just back Payos to sit by himself.
Emil Payos with just his second appearance since returning from that horrible broken leg. Last played before then on the 2nd of May 2025, so long time out injured. Cuba. Romero with his first touch. And Preston hit back. Heidelberg sat off for more of this second half, and yet they are the team who lead. Bryce. Negro. Negro whips it in. Chianchi. Oh, it missed everybody. And Zach Chianchi wasn't ready for it.
Yeah, he went too early, Josh. That was the one into the area. Great ball. Just wasn't on the same page. Chianchi.
Nico Duarte calling for one of the gels and some water.
Well, it's all on him. There's no other striking substitution that they've got this afternoon.
And he's drifted out to the right to receive possession. Darting infield. Yokikawa on the spin into traffic. Duarte. Payos. Duarte went down looking for the spot kick. Adam Bafka waves it off straight away. Albano. Oh, that's a heavy tackle from Lesiotis. And a little shove afterwards as well. He did get the ball, Lesiotis, but he was showing with both feet.
I've labelled him the best slide tackler in world football, Josh, and that's for that reason. He's not going to mistime that. He's so good at those recovery runs, and then...
That's an unbelievable tackle.
He's so good at it, Lesiotis.
Yeah, clean as a whistle. When you see a player going in like that, your heart goes in your mouth a little bit, thinking, what are you doing? Lesiotis knows exactly what he's doing.
Albano could have brought that onto himself as well, needed to release the ball a lot quicker. That's what Preston don't want to do, is start forcing these balls.
Markovsky did well to win it. Albano, Negro at full stretch. Now Payos trying to hold off his man. Oh, and missed everybody with the pass under pressure. Well, Preston still have time. Best part of 20 minutes plus stoppages to make something of this game, where they've been on top at times but haven't made the most of their attacking opportunities. Bryce in the wrestling match and wins out over Duarte. Calmly done from Stefan Negro. Cuba wants it in tight.
Heidelberg's really congested that centre of the pitch, haven't they? And that first half they were using those wingers to tuck inside. Now they're just dropping into extra numbers in the midfield. That's where Preston's really struggling to break the lines and create anything of note.
Payos for Romero. Felino to swing it in. Free header away for Humberts. Now Heidelberg can play in transition. Try and open up Preston on the break as Duarte slings it over the top. Passetto trying to chase it down, and Felino can only play the safest option. Passetto, well marshalled. Payos looking for an option. Albano offering between the lines. Bryce drives forward with it and picks out Negro instead. Romero spots a gap through the middle, and so does Stefan Negro. He's just a yard short.
It's good movement by Romero. Negro was able to find him. Needed to be a 10 out of 10 pass to find him. Wasn't far off. It'll be tough for Preston now. Heidelberg love this situation in a footballing game.
When you start chasing, Heidelberg start picking you off on the other side. That's what they're so good at.
And they just love slowing down the tempo of the game as well. You know, these big games, when they're 1-0 up, they really manage the game well.
Well, much to Preston's frustration in the reverse or corresponding fixture, I should say, last year, Heidelberg definitely managed that second half, that's for sure. This is Ali. Romero. That's a Felino. Romero available again. Gianchi. And just onto the roof of the net. Intended cross from Gianchi. Almost wound up, bothering Yaron Souza.
He hasn't found that much space this afternoon, has he, Gianchi? Used to seeing him use his pace in behind.
Says they're in no hurry over the goal kick. O'Sullivan. Humbert free as a bird. Looks like it's breaking down a little bit, that Preston press. It's not going man for man in the front line. It's giving Heidelberg an easy out time and time again.
Yeah, it's a little bit of confusion. They're not sure when to go.
Gianchi was having his shirt pulled, and Fletcher Fulton will go into the book.
A little bit silly by Fulton, no need when you've got Lesiotis there covering for you.
Gianchi draws another yellow card to a Heidelberg defender. Fortunately for him, couldn't get the same man twice. And another set-piece situation for Cian Cuba. His deliveries have been hit and miss this afternoon. Preston getting numbers in the box. They go short with it. Payos. Will it drop for Romero? Onto Albano. Looks it back in. Markovsky peeling off to the far post. Cuba to drift it in. And simple header away for O'Sullivan. Duarte hit the deck. Thought he was shoved. Adam Bafka agrees.
It was quite intentional by Romero there just to break up the play. Didn't want to allow Heidelberg to transition.
Time slowly ticking away for Preston. Heidelberg will make a change in midfield and Marcus Humbert comes off, replaced by Akil Raffi.
Grew into that second half, Humbert.
Yeah, even the tail end of the first half had some good moments. Maybe first 30 minutes wasn't the best we've seen from him, but good contribution today, very solid. McGowan. Well, what a ball from McGowan. Yokokawa. And Felino heads away. Lesiotis getting free. Yokokawa. McGowan to cross. It's a good ball for Fulton. Headed to the top of the box. Lesiotis couldn't catch it flush. Raffi. Good use of the body. They push it wide to O'Sullivan. Preston can't get a touch at the moment. McGowan. Into the feet of Bissetto. Cleverly they create the crossing option here as Yokokawa gets free down the right. He'll happily take the corner.
What a difference McGowan's made in this second half for Heidelberg. They look so much more threatening going forward.
Mokukawa's come into the game as a result.
And credit to McGowan, really. He's been given the opportunity to make an impression, and he definitely has. I think he's changed the game for Heidelberg.
Corner whipped in. Shout for handball against Ali. Rafi. Straight into the first man. Rafi will let it roll out for a throw.
Looked like it did come off Adam Bryce's hand. I don't think he knew much about it. It's very difficult for Adam Bafka to see that. We had a better view than he did from here.
It'd be difficult to argue it was in an unnatural position. And it does hit the arm. It's not the be-all and end-all. Oh, McGowan on the deck. Still does well. O'Sullivan goes to ground. Romero out-muscling him. Chianchi holds off his man. Takes it wide around Lesiotis and running out of real estate. Probably should have got rid of the ball earlier.
Didn't have too much support, Chianchi, though.
I think there was a pass on the inside when he was facing towards his own goal, but as you say, options were few and far between.
Really taking control of this game, Heidelberg, in the last 10 minutes. All on their terms at the moment.
Lesiotis. Lesiotis running the game from deep. Matt Bozanovsky looks like he's ready to come on. They don't have many substitutions left in an attacking sense, Preston. Yokikawa. Ooh, collected by Rafi. That's a nasty one. And he goes into the book with no complaints. And Donfalino is going to be replaced. They're going to send Jamal Ali out to right back to try and get him involved in the attack from the looks of things. Matt Bozanovsky coming on at the back.
Maybe just to give Chianchi a bit more help out there.
I think Foligno hasn't been at his best since the shoulder issue he suffered in the first half. Been pretty conservative with his movement, hasn't been joining the attack. Been a stay-at-home right back, which is not what Preston need right now. They need attacking impetus from wherever they can get it. As Heidelberg look to be in cruise control. Bassetto, still Bassetto. It's come back off him. Scrappy piece of play, but it ends up with McGowan. Takes it onto his left. No way past Negro. And that's a clear free kick. So Negro made the most of the contacts. Cuba, good ball to find Romero. Pursued by Lesiotis. Little ricochet for Chianchi, and he gets it back off Cuba. Sends it wide to Albano. Albano just held on to it for far too long, and it's going to be a goal kick.
Yeah, probably better off taking a shot, Albano. It's not a strength in his game, 1v1. Rarely will you see him beat his opposing fullback.
Well, Chianchi, to his credit, has been very bright. Probably Preston's best attacking outlet in this second half.
Yeah, it hasn't been easy out there. They're just so good at shutting things down, aren't they, Heidelberg? Even credit to Anthony Theo's stepped up and been very composed in the centre of defence.
Haven't missed a beat without Collins, really.
He always does a job for him, Anthony Theo, doesn't he? For Heidelberg, we've seen him play in multiple positions.
You always see him in the lineup and you think, oh, not sure about that. He's a makeshift defender. He's not really a centre-back, is he? He's going to be good enough in the air. Is he going to be good enough with his positioning? He's usually fine.
Remember, he played as a fullback in that top-of-the-table clash at Avenger Park last year, and thought that was a worrying thing for them, but he was composed in that game too.
Very short in defence that day.
You can see how high Jamala Ali's pushed up.
He'll be breaking into the box almost as a second striker if he gets a chance. Bryce. Negro isolated on the left. Cross doesn't reach the penalty area. It's a different test for Preston now with so many yellow shirts in the way of Matt Bozanovsky in the Heidelberg goal. Romero drifting very deep. Picking out Chianchi, opportunity to cross. Bounces up awkwardly for Lethlean, and now Ali onto the scraps. No penalty is the verdict. Romero, a third appeal for handball, but the hands of the left back, Fletcher Fulton, were placed firmly behind his back. Well, a big sequence there for Preston, and they were going up every time. More in hope than expectation, I think. Looked like it came off the knee of Lethlean. What about the penalty shout, though, for Ali?
I don't think so, Josh. Ali was looking for that. He knew what he was doing. Threw his body into the Heidelberg defender. Not the other way around. And Bavka was right there as well. I don't think it was a penalty at all.
Yeah, on balance, I have to agree.
You just knew he lost his footing a little bit, Ali. Didn't control the ball. Can't blame him for going for it.
Cuba. Souza didn't claim. It's hooked back towards goal by Bozanovsky. And he misses the open target. Facing away from goal, Matt Bozanovsky. He scored against Heidelberg last time out.
From a similar type of thing as well. It wasn't a corner, it was a free kick that Souza misjudged. Looked like he was going to claim that comfortably, but just didn't get his other hand up.
A yellow card issued for time wasting.
It's the third or fourth time the Souza's done that in the last 10 minutes.
The boos ring around Janice Steele Stadium. Preston chasing a late leveller. At the moment, it's the reigning Chenol NPL Victoria champions, who look like they're going to ride this one out. Bussetto going to ground, a wave of the finger from the referee. Romero charges forward on the break. Negro involved as a spare man, Payos. Now Ali. Can't find a passing option. Eventually it arrives in Cuba. Cuba tried to play the reverse to Ali. It was a very narrow window, and now the whistle goes against Cuba.
It's silly by Cuba, no need to do that.
Sense frustration boiling over. .88 minutes played. Heidelberg want to make a change. It's going to be young Ethan Sardellis, the teenager, to come on. Good header from Bozanovsky. Substitution Heidelberg. And down goes Duarte. On cue.
Yeah, as soon as his number went up on the board.
It's curious, that. First recorded case of LED lights causing cramp. It's a nasty one for Nick Duarte. Got a feel for him there.
Surprised he didn't walk over to this side of the pitch.
think he's been instructed that the far side is his destination.
It's got every right to do it, Josh, when you're in front.
The boos ring around the stadium again. And we do have that change. What number does Jock Quartermain have in store for us? That's the question. Albano. McGowan kept his feet for a moment. Anyway, it's clumsy from Albano. He goes into the book. Hasn't had the best time of it since coming on. 5 minutes up on Jock Quartermain's fourth officials board. 5 minutes for Preston to rescue something. As Heidelberg slow the pace again and again, it's looking less and less likely. I think we've seen this movie before.
We have. That's why it's a silly foul from Albano. You need to be smarter. You know, any foul that goes to Heidelberg, they're just going to milk it for what it's worth. Yeah, a minute might get added on to the 5 minutes, but it'll never replace the time that they kill here. They're very good at this game management, Heidelberg.
It's one of the many reasons why they lifted the major silverware last season. They're not just adept on the ball, they're masters of the dark arts at times when they need to be. And get a spell of possession here as well to take the sting out of it. Payos sliding in. Last touch off Basetto.
Need a little bit more urgency to their game now, Preston.
The ball's not moving quick enough. I feel like that pitch dried up a bit in the second half as well, despite the pre-game and half-time watering it received. Albano jinking inside. Hanging one up to the far post. Chianchi rising for it. Did it take a touch off Fulton? No.
It's actually a good ball into the box by Albano. Chianchi wasn't in the right area.
Well, once he'd given the goalkeeper a yellow card for time wasting, it's a bold referee. He does it again. So they're getting things underway a little bit quicker this time. Basetto. What have Preston got left in the tank? I feel like it's lacking in a bit of desperation here.
Yeah. Like you said, the ball movement is way too slow, especially considering the time of the game.
Romero will drive infield now. Still going Romero. Out to Chianchi, chance to cross, that's a handball surely. And it was outside the area.
It was outside, just outside.
It's a good spot for a free kick.
This might be one that I'll allow for a short one, Josh. Probably better off just cutting it back and getting a shot off.
Now look who's joining the attack. Ryan Scott is up in support. Last chance saloon for the Preston Lions against their arch rivals. The decibels rise around Janice Steele Stadium for this one. The goalkeeper's up. It's all on the line. Cuba and Romero stand over it. Cuba to whip it in. And it's away by Anthony Theodoropoulos. Bryce, return ball to Albano. Albano losing his footing, no question of a penalty there. And McGowan away from danger.
That was the best ball he's put in this afternoon, Kuba.
Good header away from Theo. He's been excellent deputising for the captain. Bozanovsky stayed forward, and why not? 30 seconds left. Feel like that might be that. Preston have to go direct now.
Bozanovsky staying up.
Cuba clips it forward towards Markovsky. Left lean away. Romero elects to keep it in. Romero checks inside and outside. And goes to the byline to win a corner for Preston at the last.
This is great defending from Max Macedo.
His first game back from injury after such a long injury layoff. That handball aside, he's been excellent. Up comes Scott again. One more opening. Cuba swings it in. Bryce towards Bozanovsky. Ali! Oh! Well, he wouldn't have counted. The flag was up.
Jeez, can you imagine?
Imagine if Jamal Ali had netted against his former club with the last kick of the game. That would have been front page headlines as far as NPL Victoria goes, but alas, it wasn't to be.
It should be the ball game for Heidelberg.
Check of the watch for Adam Bavkar. And Heidelberg have done it again. A third straight win over Preston Lions. And it's unfolded in much the same way as it did in this fixture last year. The decisive goal from Asahi Yokokawa after a brilliant cross from the half-time substitute, Jay McGowan. And that was all the Burgers needed to see out this game with such professionalism and experience. The reigning champions show Preston how it's done.
Exactly right, Josh. That was a real professional performance from Heidelberg. They managed that game really well. They were very good in that second half. I felt like John Anastasiadis got his substitution spot on. McGowan was probably the difference maker for them. Preston be a bit disappointed with their second half. They were much better in the first half, but I think that was more a result of Heidelberg managing the game well. You know, they are the reigning champions for a reason. They love these situations and they love this fixture as well. You know, they've definitely got the wood over Preston. No matter the personnel or coaching staff, they just seem to love this occasion and probably deserve the 3 points in the end based on the balance of play in that second half.
Well, I think Preston offered more in this game than they have in any of the previous meetings since their return to the top flight. But again, the gap remains between Zoran Markovsky's men and John Anastasiadis' reigning champions. The final score at Genesteel Stadium on a sunny Sunday afternoon in Chenol, NPL Victoria, is Preston Lions 0, Heidelberg United 1.
Once again, just reminding all of the away team supporters located at the southern end of the ground, we please ask that you now exit the venue. We kindly ask you to please follow the directions of your club officials and marshals to leave the precinct promptly. We thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your cooperation. And during this time, we'll ask our home team supporters to come and remain in those areas for the quarter period. And once the away supporters have made their way out of the venue, we'll open up the gates to allow the remaining crowd to safely exit the venue as well. So, yeah, just reminding all the away team supporters